Police have recovered the body of an 8th victim from the River Thames. This person no doubt jumped into the river to escape vehicular homicide. This, as Britain's Prime Minister Theresa May takes a hard line on terrorists. Comedian Dennis Miller is with us this morning. Dennis, it looks to me like there is a mood change going on over there and here too. What say you?
Well, listen, being introduced as a comedian in a segment like this is antithetical. I'm just a citizen of the world looking, and I'm a bit of a pragmatist. And I would say to Theresa May, you think on a Saturday night when young people are crossing one of the most known, vistas in London, the London Bridge, and 3 kids pull up in a car and start stabbing one woman 10 times. People jump into the river to get away. They go across, go into restaurants, start cutting people's throats. Do you think you have to step up now? For God's sakes, Churchill must be turning over in his grave like the rotating license plate on Bond's Aston Martin. What are you kidding me? How has it gotten this far, Theresa May? When you were the Home Minister, I think there was 20,000 cop jobs taken away. We've gotten to the point now where the one guy's out there on the bridge fighting them with a baton. This is absolute insanity. You have to right away go get the people on the watch list and do an FDR. Now, FDR went too far when he put 120,000 Japanese Americans in an internment camp on the Upper Peninsula of, California. That's way too far. But take the 3,000 people on the watch list, put them in a camp and let them earn their way out with an explanation of what their life is, what's happening right here. I mean, that's just a simple fact, Stuart.
You know, Dennis, you're right. There's no comedy in this whatsoever. It's horror. That's what it is, horror. Now, I want you to comment on the NSA contractor who was arrested for leaking a report on Russian hacking. Her name is Reality Winner. Now we're learning she's been ripping President Trump on social media, even cursing him out. Why would a person like this have access to secret information?
Probably because the person above her hates Trump even more. Stuart, this is like, I call this whole episode The Falcon and the Snowflake. All right, we've got a spy now who's a whiner. Look at this woman. She doesn't look like she could apply for a Discover card, much less our highest secret clearance. This is unbelievable. On the home front, listen, you can hate Trump, you can love Trump, but if everybody here doesn't agree, if we let this stuff come across the pond, we're in deep trouble. And you've got idiots like this trying to make her mark in a world gone mad by dumping secrets out into the, out into the ether. It doesn't augur well. We should use what's happening over there as a reminder that we cannot let it infiltrate this country. You said that you think there's a 5th column. I ironically do believe it's a 5th column, but when I look at that person, I think the 5th column appears to be as thick as the first plank. We've got to start using our heads about this stuff.
Yeah, and I think the media has to start covering stories that affect you and I and our viewers. At the moment,
I don't think they will.
No, they're gung-ho for these hearings in Washington, who said what to whom and when, whereas we've got a collapsing Obamacare, terror in London, a 5th column at as a contractor here with intelligence information. I just think the whole world seems to be turned upside down. The media is covering one world, and we're living in another. Last word to you, Dennis.
Well, Stuart, I'd say I'd have to move Obamacare and tax relief way down the road, too. I'd like those things to happen. I do think it's going to crash. I'm talking about right now what happened in London is 130 years after the actual facts. We've gone from Jack the Ripper to Jack the Rippers. And I've got the mayor of London pretending, as my wife said, he reminds her. My wife Carolyn had the best line. She said, Sadiq Khan reminds me of the mayor of Amity in the movie Jaws. He just won't concede the fact. Come on. Obamacare's good. We've got to move this down the road as far as safeguarding the populace so we can use things like Obamacare and tax relief.